Hey, good morning. Russell of Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. Happy Moan Day or Monday, like most people call it, but most people, well, there's some people will say Moan Day because they're moaning because the weekend's over. Now I have to go back to work. But you know what? I just accept every day as it is. If it's Monday, it's Tuesday, if it's Friday, right? What about Sunday? You know what I mean? You take them as they come. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Monday, August 5th. It's 11:30. This is the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. Let me just make sure I am live on the profiles, the platforms I'm supposed to be live on, and that is LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Now I got kicked off of X. Now I didn't get kicked off, but one thing I found, and let me make sure the comment sections are open. Yes, comment is open, so feel free to make comments if you like. The thing about X, I guess that they have like X Premium now. In order to do a stream, I guess I don't know if this changed in the last couple of weeks. I just got notification today. I don't see that tells you how. I just connected and I just assumed that I was still live on X. Well, I looked at I looked at X a couple of minutes ago, and the last several of the lives that I've done weren't on there. So I'm like, well, let me see if it's not set up on Restream. So I go to Restream and it says I need to upgrade to premium or something like that. So I looked at the upgrade, just the basic upgrade, it was like $2 a month or something like that. But that was for not a non-company, non-brand, right? If you went over to like a brand, it was like $10,000. Like $10,000 a year. Like, have they lost their mind? Have they gone mad? Anyway, platforms have, they see their worth, and of course they're trying to get as much money as they can. But I think that's crazy. I'm not paying that. I guess if LinkedIn and YouTube were to go to a paid, which they probably all will at some time, I guess I'm gonna have to evaluate exactly what I need and what's important to the brand, to this brand, and we'll go from there. But for me to pay like, and I want to say, well, what's $10,000 for a year, right? So I'm like, huh? I must have looked at something wrong. And that's if you want to be verified, if you're verified and all this kind of stuff. I don't really know what all that gets, but for $10,000, it better give me a lot. And I'm not that brand that's going to be paying that kind of money for that because I don't get enough from X anyway to even warrant that price, even think about that price. I don't care if it's warranted or not. I'm not freaking gonna pay that amount of money. So, but anyway, I don't know how I got on that, but I guess that was just something that just popped up in my head. But anyway, like so many things do. Hey, once again, Russell of Hotels. I do these daily check-ins Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then I do the On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show. Comes on every Tuesday. And this week's going to come on, or tomorrow's going to come on at 11:30. So you got 5 days a week of me. So, hopefully, like I said, LinkedIn and YouTube don't start charging. You won't have probably any days of me. Some people are like, oh, God, let's go. We don't want any days of him. Who the heck is this guy anyway? So, but anyway, I talk about everything hospitality, the good, the bad, the ugly, the challenging. I primarily do hotel site selection, but I do branding for hotels and CVBs, smaller CVBs as well. It's all about, that brand awareness and creating that brand awareness for hotels and CVBs that you didn't even know exist, or CVBs that you don't even know what their functionality is. Why do CVBs exist? Why are they out there? Some people don't even know that. Well, go to my blog and you can find it out. I mean, I have sections on the blog section on CVBs, DMOs, what is their purpose, how I work with them. So go to my blog, and in fact, I guess if I go to my next slide here, you'll see that. Okay, the blog. So go to russellofhotels.com, look at my blog, scroll down, and you'll see information on, like I said, CVBs and DMOs, their functionality, what they do, how I work with them as a hotel site selection company, and all that kind of stuff, right? So check it out. It's there. It's there for you to check out. Hey, the hotel that I'm showing, or the resort in this case, the Miraval. Who knows the Miraval, Arizona? And the reason why I show these things is because some people may not even know that these hotels or these resorts even exist. They haven't even heard of them. And my job as a hotel site selection is to make sure I'm familiar with, different resorts, different hotels, different destinations as well, and what those destinations have to offer. So because I never know what my clients are going to want, I never know, I'm a resource, right? So I never know what someone's going to ask me for. So my job is to go to as many of these places as I can, experience them firsthand. That way I can come back and say, hey, Miraval is the place. If you're going to be in Arizona, you need a resort, boom, wellness resort, boom, Miraval's it. Water and wind and desert and oh my God, just I wish I was there right now. You know what I mean? Just be. You just go there. You can go to Miraval and just be. Does that make sense? You can go there and just be. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to. I mean, they have activities if you want to do yoga and all this kind of stuff, and the wellness retreat, all that kind of stuff. Whatever you want to do, you can do, or you can just go hang out and just be. And that's what I would just rather do. Just leave me be. Let me be. So Miraval is a place that that water, the mountains, the desert scenery. And now, mind you, I'm sure it's pretty warm right now. It's in Tucson, right? So it's in Tucson, Arizona. I'm sure it's pretty warm right now, but it's okay. All right, just deal with it. And you got wildlife around there. You got beautiful flowers and the foliage, and Palo Verde trees and saguaro cactus, and I'm just going on and on and on. But anyway, so why did I say that? Oh, because Miraval, that they're getting the spotlight today. Miraval, Arizona is getting the spotlight today on the daily check-in. Okay, and I always have a topic in these things, and the topics don't have to go, or the show doesn't have to go that long. But as you can see, I just make up stuff. So I'm like 7 minutes into it, but normally these go about 15 to 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Sometimes I get 30, sometimes I go a little over 30, just because I'm getting winded. I'm catching my first wind, you know what I mean, or getting my second wind or third wind. And if people ask questions or comments, which I welcome. So it's all about engagement with me. So feel free to reach out. Just say, hey, let me know that you're there. I can give you a shout out at the very minimum. I'm gonna give you a shout out and put your comment on the screen so you can see. So once again, live on Facebook, but I don't, you know what? I have like 2 Facebook pages, so I'm not sure which page to face on Facebook, right? But it's on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Okay, so those are my primary ones. And X, like I said, X got X'd out, or they X'd me out because I didn't pay to play. So if you want to, with X or Twitter, old Twitter, right? You got to pay to play now in order to do like a live streaming. And I didn't know that until like 15 minutes ago. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not playing because I sure ain't paying. So anyway, let me turn that off. I don't know why that's turning on there. Turn off the camera. So, okay, why book direct? Now, I always say this, and a lot of people say this, book direct, don't, but why should you do that? Why should you not go through third parties? What do you save, or what are you getting? What are you gaining if you book direct? Book directly to their hotel, through their website, give them a call, their 800 number, call them direct. Why should you do that? Well, of course, I got like 10 reasons why. No, it's not 10, maybe it's like 5 or 6. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, let me even open up my book here. What am I doing? Let me open up. See, I'm just reading something. Someone sent me an email. Someone had an interview today. See, that's one thing I do. When I say I'm a resource, I'm here to assist people, get them through that interview, the initial interview phase. People, what questions are people going to ask them on interviews, potential jobs. So I knew someone was having an interview this morning, and I always give people questions of what you should. These are questions they're going to ask. These are questions you should be ready for. And these are questions you should ask them So sometimes people forget that just as much as we're interviewing or they're interviewing us, we should be interviewing them. And sometimes we forget about that. We forget about that. That are they interviewing me? Or should I be interviewing them? Well, you should be interviewing them. Okay, not just it's a two-way street, it's not a one-way street. So I always make sure people know that, like, oh no, ask these questions when they open it up and say, hey, do you have any questions for us? Yeah, you should have questions. Have a list of questions for that potential job because you don't want to walk into something, right? You don't want to walk into a bunch of crap. And a lot of people that I've seen have been walking into a bunch of crap because they haven't asked the right questions, or they don't ask any questions at all. They just assume, oh, I need a job, and I'm going to go with whoever's going to hire me. Well, that's not how you should do it. I'm sorry. You shouldn't do it like that. But some people, because of maybe a situation they're in, or maybe they're trying to get out of a situation that they're in, and I understand that. But like I said, don't do that. And I'm trying to find what I'm looking for, so please bear with me. Bear with me. I didn't send that to me. Hold on one second. See, I have to. Now, see, now you talking about someone that's ill prepared right now. That's me. Okay. So hold on one second because I didn't do something I was supposed to do. What is this called? Oh, I don't know why I didn't do that. I can't find it. Um, okay, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Just I don't know what the heck I did with what I'm looking for, but we're gonna have to just keep it moving. So hold on one second. Please bear with me. Oh, there it is. I guess I didn't do it. I sure didn't do it. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sit up here and sing and dance because I was supposed to send myself something and I didn't, and I just did it, and it had to do with what I'm doing right here. So okay, so boom. Okay, let's get back. Okay, what's the question for today? Why book direct? Why should you book direct? You guys know I'm always talking about book direct. Don't go through the third parties. Well, why shouldn't you go through the third parties? Or what do you gain from this? I mean, some people are always going to go through the third parties. I understand that for whatever reason they're going to do it. I'm not one of those people, but that's okay. That's why they exist, right? They exist because a lot of people have done it, and hotels have just basically just said, you know what, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and book them. As long as we're getting some business from them, that's all that matters. And that's what hotels basically, they just threw their hands up and said, hey, the OTAs, they call them OTAs, online travel agents, they're here to stay, and they are here to stay. And so, let's just let them book. I mean, there's no way you can stop it now. What they say, once the horse is out of the barn. Did they say that? The horse is out of the barn. I guess you can't close it behind them, right? It's out. It's out there. You got to do what you have to do now. So anyway, me personally, I thought COVID was a. I didn't mean to do that. I thought COVID was going to be a good way of kind of, I guess, gaining traction on getting a hold on reservations instead of just letting everything go to OTAs, because yeah, hotels basically gave up because they don't advertise like they used to. They don't promote like they used to. Um, yeah, the third parties have more money, more marketing dollars than all the top three brands combined. They do, but don't you still have to do a little bit of some type of branding and some type of awareness and some type of promotion from hotels? They try to do a little bit, but it's a little blip, right? It's not like they used to back in the day. And I understand things change and marketing dollars change and technology has changed, right? But you would think that they will still try to do something, but they're not. Okay, so anyway, so OTAs have taken over that, and basically, hotels, you can turn on and turn off as much business as you want. I guess that's how it used to be. I don't know if it's still like that, but I'm just going off of my experiences when I was a director of sales and marketing. We would turn it on and turn it off when we didn't need it. When we needed it, yeah, you turned it on. Meaning, internally, we're not booking anything. We're not out there creating enough awareness. So we got to turn it on and get a discounted rate, basically, giving, hotel rooms away, at wholesale, and they're selling them at retail. But anyway, all right. Anyway, why book direct? Best price guarantee. Hotels often provide the lowest rates on their own platforms and may offer price matching if you find a lower rate elsewhere. And I've done that before where I was, you're searching around, and on the, you see a rate on the hotel site is, say it's $100, and you go to an OTA site and it's 100 and something dollars, right? Or 100 and lower. So whatever they're offering $99, and I didn't want to pay. Let's say it's 105. I don't want to pay 105, and I saw it at 10, what did I say, $100 or whatever. So I wanted to save my $5. So I called a hotel and said, hey, I saw this on that site. Can you match that? And a lot of times the hotels will match that. At least that's what they used to do, right? So that's one thing. So price guaranteed. So if you find that rate, normally the hotel rate should be lower anyway. And shame on hotels if they don't have a lower rate than an OTA. That means someone's not doing their job, right? So at least it should be the same, consistent, right? I think they have this thing called rate parity, where all the rates should be the same. They should all be in line with each other. So if I went to Expedia, if I went to the hotel site, it should still be $105, right? So now it's up to me, all things equal, where am I going to book? Okay, so that's how it should be. Sometimes it's not always like that. It's not always consistent. The next one, what is it? Exclusive offers and promotions. The direct bookers may have access to special deals, discounts, or packages that are not available through third-party sites. That is correct. So you may get special deals. Maybe it includes parking. Maybe it includes that resort fee or that destination fee that we're always talking about. Maybe there's some other discounts. Maybe there's breakfast included in your rate. Those are things that will be on if you book direct opposed to booking through a third party. Parking may be on there as well. And a lot of times the OTAs, the third parties, don't disclose everything. Meaning, is there a resort fee or a destination fee? Or do they charge for Wi-Fi or whatever the heck it is? Okay, so those are the things that you just need to be aware of. The next one, loyalty programs. Earn points and rewards that can be redeemed for future stays, upgrades, and other perks. A lot of the OTAs don't offer that. A lot of hotels won't accept that, right? So if you book through an OTA, why would the hotel, give you points? Does that make sense? No. So that's why I always say, make sure when you're traveling, you're staying with XYZ Hotel, you're staying with Marriott, you're a Bonvoy member. You're staying with Hilton, you're a Hilton Honors member. You're staying with Hyatt, you're a Worldwide Hyatt member, whatever it's called. Make sure you're staying there. It doesn't cost you. Make sure you're signed up for their loyalty programs. It doesn't cost you any money. Just do it, and you'll never know what you get. Especially if you stay with hotels a lot, the same hotel, the same brand. a lot of the time, you'll be amazed how how these things add up. I mean, I just got, I don't know, 100,000 points because I did a group with Hilton, right? And you just amazed on how much, I didn't even realize how much I even had accumulated, right? Because I don't pay attention to it. But this last group I had, because I normally, most of my clients, they book with the big M, right? They don't book with the H, or they just do. I mean, it doesn't matter to me where they book. But a lot of my more recent groups have booked with Marriott's, right? So I'm familiar with what's going on with Marriott, or the points that I have from the Bonvoy, but I wasn't familiar. I wasn't keeping up on the Hilton because I hadn't booked in a while, right? And they gave me 100 and something thousand points, and then it added to whatever I already had. I'm like, I got some free stays at some resorts coming up, right? So, but those are things that you don't think about. If you're not members of these loyalty programs, you miss out on things. So please make sure you do that. It doesn't cost you anything. Flexibility and better cancellation policies, more lenient cancellation policies, and easier modification to your reservation compared to third-party booking. Yeah. So if you, well, make sure you use the flexible option, okay? Because there's a prepaid and a flexible option. The flexible option, you're going to pay more if you do it through the site, if you book direct, it's going to be more. But if you book that, the prepaid, yeah, it's going to be lower, but you're not going to have flexibility on how, if you need to cancel. They're still going to charge you, right? They're taking your money now, right? But if you do the flexible option, you have more time, meaning you can cancel your reservation up to 24 hours, and when you're supposed to, up to 24 hours before you were supposed to arrive, 24 hours before your reservation. Okay, so if my reservation is for this Friday, I have until Thursday to cancel that reservation. Okay, so if you prepay, they're going to take your money. So my advice is always to do the flexible option. Yeah, you'll pay a couple more dollars, but you have more power to cancel if you need to cancel. But unless you know 100% chance that I'm not going to cancel this reservation, then okay, we're going to go with the cheaper rate, right? But I never know that. I always want to, because stuff happens, okay? I was going to say something else, but stuff happens. So I can't guarantee that I got a reservation coming up, in a couple of weeks. I hope I'm going to get it. I'm going to take it, but I went with the flexible option, right? So I said, I'm not going to take that chance because I don't know. Just don't know. Next one, personalized customer service. Direct communication with the hotel staff allows for better service and the ability to accommodate special requests. I got a phone call coming. I'm not going to take it though. But yeah, so personalized customer service. You don't have any personalized customer service with third parties. You ever try to call a third party and see what happens because you had issues at a hotel? I tried that once before just to see what they would do. Just asking questions, just because I just wanted to say that I experienced it. I never booked through a third party, so I never really done it. But I just called the customer service and see how easy it was to navigate it. It's hard as hell because, like I said, you have to. If you didn't book with the hotel, you have to contact the third party. Okay, the third party has to contact the hotel on your behalf, and then they have to get back to them. Then they get back to you. So why go through that? Why not just go direct to the hotel? Makes sense to me, right? But some people do what they want to do. So the customer service is not as good as if you were calling the hotel directly. That's what I meant to say. Accurate information. Direct booking ensures you receive the most up-to-date and accurate information about the hotel's amenities, policies, and services. Well, that's true if the hotel has updated the information. And most of the time, the hotel has updated. Now, the problem is with the OTAs. They don't have updated information because it's the hotel's job to give the OTAs that information. Maybe they're undergone a renovation. Maybe their pool is down and they didn't know that, right? And you didn't communicate that to the OTA, but it is on your own website, but you didn't communicate it to the OTA. Or maybe you did this renovation, you did all these photos, but the OTA still has the old 10-year ago, 20-year ago photographs of your hotel rooms. But the hotel, the website has been updated, right? The hotel's website has been updated. So yeah, accurate information is important, but it's important that the hotel, whoever's in charge of that, give the OTA all the information, all the up-to-date photos, all the up-to-date information, all that stuff. But the OTA is only going to put out what they have been given. Okay, they're only going to display, only going to promote what the hotel has given them. Okay, so why not just bypass that and book direct? Anyway, support for the hotel. Now this one, people are like, why the heck do I want to support the hotel? They're getting money, they're making money hand over fist. Booking directly supports the hotels by avoiding third-party commissions. Yeah, I mean, I want to say that the third parties charge them, it's over 10% because the travel agent will get 10%. I want to say it's 13 to 25%. I'm going to say that for different OTAs. Now, the more popular OTAs, of course, is going to be less, like Expedia, Hotels.com, things like that. But some of these, there's so many third parties, it's ridiculous. What about some, in other countries or whatever? Those are a lot, they're getting a lot more, getting maybe more from the hotels than the other ones would, right? But if you book through a travel agent, a lot of people don't know, travel agents have access to the hotels as well, right? But they book direct. They book through the GDS system, which is the Global Distribution Service System, where the hotel pays them a commission, but the rate is still the same. The rate would be the same through the travel agent that it would be if you book direct with the hotel, right? It's the same rate. There's no markup or anything like that. Now you mark up for your client, like say if Joe Smith wants Russell to make reservation and you do changes and things like that, that's where me as a travel agent charges them. But it has nothing to do with the hotel. It has to do with, these are my services. Yeah, I'll make the reservation for you, but if you have changes, I'm going to charge you a change fee, right? That's what a travel agent would do. But as far as the rate would be the same. The room rate is $100 at the hotel. It's going to be $100 with the travel agent. It's just that the hotel will pay that travel agent 7 to 10%. I would say 10%. Some of them still pay the 10%, but it's a range of 7 to 10% commission off of that room rate. So there you go. So now you got a little information about why you should book direct. Best price guarantee, exclusive offers and promotions, loyalty programs, flexibility and better cancellation policies, personalized customer service, accurate information, and you get to support the hotel. There you go. Those are the reasons why, because I always say, oh, book direct. But what does that really mean? You know what I mean? What does that mean, Russell, of hotel? What does that mean, book direct? Well, hopefully that kind of shed a little light on that. And there you go. So tomorrow on air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about, comes on tomorrow at 11:30. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I do this every Tuesday. Normally it's at 1 o'clock, but it's at 11:30 tomorrow. Okay, and I think this is going to be the last day of my summer schedule. If not, I'll let you know. But tomorrow's at 11:30 a.m. PST. That live show is going to be show number 265. Yes, I've done 265 of these shows. Believe it or not, some people are like, really? I can't believe that. I can't believe you've done one. It seems like you're on your first one. And that's okay. But anyway, so yeah, that's tomorrow. So make sure you guys check that out. Hey, who's going to what do you call it? Who's going to Connect? Anyone going to Connect? I'm going to Connect in Milwaukee, and I think that's the end of this month, right? It is the 27th. So looking forward to going there. I think that'd be my first trip in like 2 months, I think. Well, if you count the Vegas thing, which I don't really. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, it was part of the wholesale site selection. So yeah, that was part of a group that I had to go and manage. So yeah, so that was the last trip I took with Vegas. But anything I guess on another coast or in the Midwest, this would be the first one in a couple of months. So yeah, so I'll be at Connect in Milwaukee. I'm just looking at my calendar. My calendar's right there on the wall. I have a wall calendar. Okay, I don't know if people still do that, but I have a wall calendar. So yeah, so I will be there, so looking forward to seeing some people there, making some new connections. I'm looking forward to seeing some. I need some context on the East Coast. That's what I really need. I need some in that upper northeast area, and I'm looking for like retreat kind of non-traditional hotel kind of thing, like something that's rustic. Does that make sense? Rustic, like almost like glamping, or maybe glamping. But one issue that I'm finding, and I'm going off on that tangent now. One thing that I'm not finding is if it's a glamping situation, I can find all the cabins and all that stuff out there, right? I can find all those locations. But the issue is they don't have meeting space. That's the thing. I'm looking for a glamping situation. They can have cabins and things like that. They can run it like a hotel, but it's kind of rustic, it's non-traditional, right? But they need to have meeting space. And I need meeting space for like I would say 60 people. It's only for 50, but I need room for them to spread out, right? So let's say room for 60 people, right? 60 people like theater style, if that makes sense to anybody, right? But like I said, either if they have the cabins and the meeting space, it's too far from the airport. It's like so remote, it's ridiculous, right? It's like 2 hours away. Well, this client has different, every client is unique, right? So this client needs to be close to the airport, within an hour of an airport. That's fine, but they need space. They need like I said, meeting space for about 60 people, and then they can do the whole glamping thing. It can be cabins. It can be kind of that rustic kind of retreat. But then they also need, meals, 3 meals a day too, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is like a 4-day program. So that's what I'm looking for in that southeast region. Did I say southeast? Northeast region, that northeast region. So like New York, Maine, Connecticut, New Hampshire, any of those areas right there. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, I would be indebted to anybody that just reached out to me and said, "Hey, Russell, I got the place for you." Because I reached out to places and they don't have it. I mean, it's hard to find that. Now in California, I can find it. I already got a place, Lake Arrowhead. Okay, we do that all day long. Okay, in fact, we have 2 more programs going on in Lake Arrowhead. But I need something on the East Coast. So help me. Help me. Can you help me? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't mean but yeah, no, I did. I mean, that's good because someone out there may be watching this and they may know of a place, and I would appreciate it. You reach out to me if you did, right? So that's what this is all about. It's all about putting information out there, it's promoting not just me, Russell of Hotels, the daily check-in on air with Russell of Hotels, but it's also promoting Miraval, Arizona, and whatever place else that I happen to be, experiencing or have experienced at meetings there, potential meetings, whatever, site tours or whatever. So most of the stuff, well, all the stuff that I show, like I'm showing Miraval today, I have to have had experienced it, right? I don't just, people just don't send me videos and photos of hotels and say, "Hey, I want you to post this on your show." No, I actually have to experience it myself, right? I have to be there, I have to experience it, I have to take it all in, like this mountain view right here. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I wish I was there right now, okay? The wind, the water, the heat. I mean, I'll take the heat every now and then, right? I'm from the desert anyway. But I didn't realize how beautiful the desert was, right? Until you go to some of these places. Like I grew up in the desert, but I guess maybe it wasn't the desert I grew up was not as scenic as some of these other places, like in New Mexico, like Santa Fe or Tucson, or some of the places in Tucson, Miraval, and what's the other place? Westward Look, things like that. So anyway, that is it. I'm sorry I rambled a little bit, and I'm over 30 minutes now. I'm almost to 35 minutes. I didn't mean to do that. But hey, anyway, if you didn't like what I had to say today, guess what? I'll be back tomorrow for On Air with Russell of Hotels, show number 265. It's that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. So until then, you guys have a great day. Happy Monday. and we'll see you again soon. And as always,